Hello everyone, welcome to the course. I assume this is your first economic class, so we will start with talking about basic terminologies and definitions in economics. There are many ways in defining economics, but my definition is that economics is a branch of social science in which we study and learn about the economy. We learn new knowledges in scientific ways. We will discuss more later. Full of economic theories explaining economic activities is economics. When we say economy, as we indicate social unit of focusing on economic activities. So we can say world economy, US economy, or economy of Texas state, like that. Economic activities are produce, sell or buy, consume, and all other related activities. Production is creating goods and services using resources. Goods, we say G for short. Goods are physical products such as desk, bicycle, trucks, computers, or all kind of physical products. And services, we say S for short. Services are non-physical products such as banking services, haircut services, plumbers, repairing services. Those are services. Services are also products. We call products, but it is non-physical products. There are three key input factors in production activities. Input key factors means we always have to have these three factors. One is land, labor, and capital. Land is land, or some space in narrow definition. But some economists include some natural resources in land, where that's a specific cases. So, in general, land means space. Labor is workers' physical and mental capability in producing goods or services, goods and services. Well, maybe in the future, labor can be some robots. Well, they can be capital. So between capital and labor, there is a gray area. But for now, we say labor means workers' physical and mental capacity. Capital, the definition of capital are different in many ways, but for narrow definition, it is machine or tools that can be used repeatedly in producing some goods and services. For example, let's think about a coffee shop. Coffee shop has a space, right? The space is the land, the coffee shop's land, right? And then the employee in there, worker, is the labor, right? And then what's the capital of coffee shop? Well, coffee maker, right? Coffee maker or tables and chairs, those are part of capital for coffee shop. And coffee maker in that coffee shop can be called also a capital good. Capital good to compare with the coffee maker in your home. If you use that coffee maker in your home for yourself, for your family, then that coffee maker is not a capital good. It is a consumption good because it's not producing coffee to sell. Okay, that coffee maker is your consumption good because you are consuming in your home, not producing something else. But coffee shop produces coffee and using the coffee maker, and the coffee maker is producing the service. So that coffee maker in that shop is the capital. How about bank? Does a bank produce any physical good? Well, banks produce banking services, right? They produce services. You deposit your money into your bank account, and then bank hold that, and then whenever you need it, well, bank can withdraw the resource for you. So, what are a capital for bank? They're a fund, right? Funds, or we can say reserves, to make loans or investment to make their income. That's so. This one is reserves or funds are called can be called capital for banks because they can be used repeatedly to produce their income. Now we need to perceive or recognize resources as scarce. When we say scarcity in economics, that means limited nature of society's resources, while our wanting is not limited. We want more and more and more, but society has limited resource to satisfy that wanting. So scarcity stems from two facts. Our wanting is unlimited, but our having is limited. If we have unlimited resources, we don't say scarcity, okay? And then we don't have to even learn in economics. So in economics, we study how society manages its scarce resources to achieve the highest possible. So trying to get an optimum level of optimum level of usages, and then trying to achieve efficiency. When we say efficiency, society gets the most from its scarce resources. When we say equality, that means prosperity is distributed uniformly, equally among society's members, which is maybe not real, right? But we try that kind of, well, not exactly equal, but we want to achieve some relatively equal distribution. There is a trade-off between equality and efficiency. To achieve greater equality, well, we redistribute income from wealthy to poor. Well, that's not kind of possible in completely redistributing is not possible in our society, but we try to achieve some level of equality for low-income people to kind of maintain their standard of living. Again, but this reduces incentive to work hard and produce, and it is going to shrink the size of economic pie, economic outcome. Say, if your income goes to someone else, will you work hard enough? Maybe not. So has no incentive to work if your income goes to someone else. So that's kind of social issue or social problem we constantly have to handle. So reminding the scarce resource, what should be the making decisions be? We compare cost with benefits of alternatives, right? We always compare cost and benefit, and then to choose some economic actions. We need to include opportunity cost to think about to figure out which one is better choice. Opportunity cost is whatever you must give up to obtain what you chose. Say one simple example here, such as you have 1 month. This is a time, right? This is your resource, or yeah, it's time resource. You have 1 month in summer. You can use that time either Florida for Florida vacation with your family and taking a summer course. Let's say you choose a Florida vacation, then what? You have to give up summer course. So that summer course given up is the opportunity cost of enjoying your Florida vacation for a month. The other way around also, if you take summer course, then you have to give up Florida vacation, which is the opportunity cost of taking the summer course for you. Market is a group of buyers and sellers trade. The market can be physical place to trade or non-physical trade. So non-physical place, physical place of market is like grocery market kind. Well, there are many non-physical markets too, such as Amazon.com. Many times you buy online, you buy things online, then that's cyberspace, which is non-physical market. So in the market, there are organized economic activities. So in market, people determine what goods and services to produce, how much of each to produce, who produced, and who consumed these. What is the key point here is price. Price that is determined in free trading market will help to determine what goods and services to produce, how much to produce, who's going to consume, or who's going to produce those goods. So how market economy functions in allocating resources. Decentralized decisions of many companies, many households will choose their actions in free trading market for themselves. Then they interact in markets, finally choose how much to sell, how much to buy, at what price. That's the function of market. So this was this function of market was mentioned by Adam Smith a long time ago in his book The Wealth of Nations, 1776. This is a real famous book, and this is perceived by many economists the start of economics. The start of economics. 1776 is about 240 years ago, 244 years ago. So he said each of these households and firms acts as if led by an invisible hand to promote general economic well-being. Again, in the free trading market, prices are determined by interactions of buyers and sellers, and it reflects goods value to buyers. It reflects the cost of producing the good. So prices in the other way, prices determined in free trading market helps suppliers how much to sell at what price, and also helps buyers to buy how much to buy and at what price. The role of government is pretty limited in a free trading market to be kind of law enforcement, where government enforce property rights. By doing that, people can, because of this government role, people peacefully trade their goods and services. And then also, government promote efficiency by avoiding market failures. Well, we can discuss market failures in microeconomics area a bit more detail. This is market left on its own fails to allocate resources efficiently because of externality or some strong players, market power. Such as, well, pollution is one of very typical externality. Production or consumption of a good affects bystanders. That means one factory produces a lot of pollution, and then they make money, but pollution, whose burden is that pollution produced? Bystanders, such as, well, people have to breathe in dirty air or well, contaminated food. Those are pollution problem. Well, we will discuss in this externality and market power in microeconomics.